Hi guys, our spring show season is about to kick off next month and I am so excited to get back in the ring with Cash. We've had a little bit of a hiatus since December when we went to the Obedience Nationals in Orlando. I wanted to just do a quick video kind of showing what I bring to the show facility with me and what I pack. I do tend to be an overpacker, so a lot of this I may not need, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So use this as a guideline. I remember when I had my first couple shows, I was not prepared at all. And now that I've been to a couple, I kind of have a little routine down. When I first was starting, I would have loved to have a video like this to kind of show me what I should bring and what to kind of expect. So I just wanted to come on here because we do have a lot of newer members who are going to their first time show this year, and I am so excited for them and I can't wait to see how they do. First, let's talk about the crating area. Show days typically tend to be really long, so first and foremost, I always remember to bring a folding chair. Whenever you're picking out your chair to bring to the show, make sure it's not super oversized because a lot of crating areas are very small and limited space. Most of the time you only have enough space for your kennel and for your chair to be set up like in front of it. So just be mindful about the size of chair that you bring. Next for our crating setup is going to be the crates. You can choose either to do a soft-sided crate, which is light, easy to carry, and most dogs are comfortable, or you can do a wire crate. Any kennel that you bring, always make sure that you bring some sort of mat or rug. I was actually able to find the perfect size rug that fits underneath my 36-inch kennel perfectly. Inside of the crate, I always like to bring Cash a comfort item from home. This is his mini Cash. He picked it out and he loves it. We also have a crate pad, and being a short hair, not so much during the summer shows, but during our winter and fall shows, he can get a little bit chilled in some of the buildings, so I always bring a blanket for him as well. If you're gonna go with the wire kennel route, I would recommend a kennel cover as well. Pay attention to your premiums because they will tell you for crating what is allowed and what is not allowed. A lot of places do require you to have a mat under your kennel. I even have been to some national level shows where they required plastic to be put on the ground. So this is just a shower curtain. It's like a $1 shower curtain from Walmart, and this has worked great. And my best friend, besides Cash, what I bring to a show is this trolley. It folds up and it's lightweight, but it folds out. There's a big handle, wheels. This is what I use to haul in all of my stuff. I highly recommend getting something like this, like a dolly. A lot of people use wagons, which is great. I just don't have enough space in the Jeep to have one. This was like 25 bucks on Amazon and has literally saved my life. My very first show I went to, I did not have one, and I had to park so far away from the building and the kenneling area. Once I got it set up, I was like, never again, I need to find a solution. And this has been great. Show days can be very long and very unpredictable as far as the time. They give you general guidelines, but sometimes it does take a little bit longer than expected, especially if, you know, a judge takes a little bit longer or longer lunch or anything like that. So I always make sure I bring some sort of food for my dog, whether it be his normal kibble, or we have really gotten into like the air dried foods that he absolutely loves. Something to just kind of keep his energy up and be able to make him not a total lunatic. Also, make sure you bring plenty of water, not only for your dog, but you as well. Getting into the warmer months, it is always a good idea as well to bring a fan with you. It does not have to be as industrial as our DeWalt fan, but this just works for us, especially going to Fast Cats and duck dives and everything. This is amazing to have. A lot of the smaller venues, they don't have really good airflow, so definitely packing some sort of fan would be a great idea, especially if you have a longer hair dog. My training bag does go everywhere with me. He gets excited when he sees my training bag, which is fun, but I make sure to keep high value treats in the bag. Although you can't use these in the ring, you can practice with them outside of the ring. I would give you a very strong reminder Make sure your dog fully ingests a treat if you bait them before going in the ring. I also like to make sure to bring hand sanitizer and poop bags. A lot of places will have their own cleanup space and provide, your poop bags, but you're a dog owner, just be a good dog owner, bring your own hand sanitizer always. And I also like to bring, in addition to snacks, some electrolyte mixes. Again, show days can be a very long day. You have to take care of your dog, but you also have to take care of you as well. The last thing you want is to pass out in the ring from nerves and dehydration. Next thing I bring to the show is a binder full of all of my dog's information. In here, I have all of his vet information in case of an emergency. I also have a copy of his registration as well in case there's any discrepancies on our entries. I always make sure to bring a copy of the premium, and then when I'm emailed my entries, I print that off, I highlight where my numbers are, what time, what rings, etc. I go to a lot of shows that have multiple rings, so just trying to stay organized. That way when I go, I can see what rings I'm in, locate them, and I'm not just flipping through my phone to find it. I have it all printed out, ready to go, highlighted. Especially your first couple of shows, it's going to be a little overwhelming until you kind of get used to what's going on. So that's just one way that I found to keep me organized. In the binder, I also have the rule books for the events that I show in. So right now we're doing obedience and rally. I also would recommend have a notebook as well, whether it be a note in your phone or a physical notebook. Having some way to track your shows, your placings, your times, your scores is a really good thing to get in the habit of, especially if you plan on going in the higher ranks. So for example, with rally, I do have a goal to earn my rock with cash. And to do that, there's a lot of requirements, and you have to keep track of your points to know if you've earned that title or not. So definitely having a way to track that, again, whether it be on your phone or if something physical, is a good idea. My dogs are trained to not go to the bathroom while on leash, so I do bring a long line with me. Most venues and most shows, you cannot bring a flexi lead to, so having a long line to ensure my dog is able to use the bathroom before we go in is a good idea. So just something that might be worth packing for you. Now that we've kind of gone over what I use outside of the ring, now let's get into the nitty gritty. What am I going to use inside of the ring? At check-in with the secretary, they're going to give you your number or numbers if you're in multiple classes with your dog. And a lot of times they do have rubber bands available, but I would always recommend to bring your own for two reasons. One, if they run out, it snaps, or if they don't have a good size for your arm. So I would highly recommend bring your own rubber bands just in case, or you can get a number holder as well. I love my number holder for a few different reasons. I often am in several classes with my dog, so being able to just put all of my numbers in and then switch in and out has been really convenient. I also think it just gives a more polished look, especially because I do love showing with my dog and I like going to multiple shows. Now, collars. With the AKC, you can use a couple different kinds of collars. You of course can use just a general flat collar, whether it's leather or nylon. You can use a martingale style collar, whether it has a chain or it's all cloth or leather. Or you can use a chain correction collar as well. With all of these collar types, it just can't have any tags. So if your dog has an ID tag, rabies tag, or even if it has a manufacturer's tag, make sure you remove that. Can't have anything dangling on it. Two collars that are not allowed are prong collars and e-collars. I do use those with my dogs when we're out in the field or we're doing long distance recalls, off lead work, or if we're out in public. I like having the prong just a little bit better reaction from the dog, and it's not a bad thing when you use them correctly, but for AKC, they are not allowed. For leashes, you're gonna want a standard 6-foot leash, whether that is leather or nylon. Once you get into the higher levels, having a 6-foot leash is not as important, but for novice level, 6 foot is required. You want to make sure it is just the plain Jane leash, again, leather or nylon. I know a lot of people do use biothin as well. I find that to be a little bit too sticky and I can't easily maneuver it in my hand and make it look clean. Any leashes, again, that has anything hanging off of them. So if you keep a poop bag holder on your leash, take it off. Any leashes that have multiple handles and grab points, I wouldn't recommend to use any of those leashes. Just get a regular 6-foot leash for competition. Well guys, that's it. I hope you found this video informational and useful. Again, I am an overpacker, so please don't feel like you have to bring everything that I bring to a show, but I hope that you guys at least found some good in the information I gave. Hopefully I said something that you may not have thought about or gave you a different idea or anything like that. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am more than happy to answer any of your questions, whether it be kind of flow of the show or what not to bring, where to go, kind of that whole spiel. Just let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. I do apologize too that it may have been a little bit longer of a video, but I do appreciate you guys sticking it out with me and hanging out. So good luck this year and hope to see all of you guys at the show later.